Welcome to the third and final part of the Age of Sails ship tournament. Today we're going to find out who is the first, second and third place. And the second place is, as usually, decided by Battle Royale. But the first and third place will be first out. So let's go.
Jumping into the brackets, and we can see here that first off we'll have Gmodism versus Crazy Steve. And Gmodism is of course me, and Crazy Steve is the well-shaven ladies, two of them, because they are smaller. So we both have won all the battles so far, so it will be highly interesting to see who is the more valiant fighter. And it seems that I get my first broadside off, and there we have some shots incoming from one of the ladies, and the China Ox front mast is now gone. Alright, looking like I'm sniping off some sails there, and we have back and forth broadsiding there. They're lining up nicely, and it looks like Crazy Steve is gonna teamwork his way here. We shall see. In any case, there goes a mast. I'm quite happy with the accuracy of my guns, but my speed is decent, but we'll see if I can match the ladies. Probably not indeed. Shots incoming, and well, the China Ox is out of broadside range at this moment, which is not very fantastic for me, but very nice for Crazy Steve. Oh, incoming shots in the front there. China Ox taking some heavy damage. My percentage for the China Ox is not as good as Crazy Steve right now. Let's see if we can recover and spin around this. The China Ox is pointing towards the lady. Will it broadside? I'll really need some broadside now to be able to get some shots in there. And there we go. No. Come on, China Ox. Point your side towards the enemy. Nothing is happening. Oh no. And now something is happening, but well, Crazy Steve is firing some shots on me, and oh, there I get away some broadsides on one of the ladies there. But oh yes, that ship is starting to look a little bit sad. But the other one, the other lady, is at 100% still. So, well, we shall see indeed. I don't know what it is doing because I didn't see any incoming fire recently, but we can see that I think that lady has some worse firepower now. I think we shot off most of it. Here comes the other well-shaven lady. Beautiful name of a ship. Two well-shaven ladies battling the China Ox. Sounds like a title. Anyways, they're lining up. I think we can expect some incoming fire here pretty soon. Oh yes, there it goes. Did it do team damage? Perhaps it indeed did. Oh well. Hard to avoid sometimes. Come on, China Ox, do some respond the damage. My AI is struggling here. The China Ox. Come on, Gmodism, at least you can take that poor thing. It's standing around there, maybe. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Prime time broadside right there. So the percentages are starting to look pretty equal, but damn, that wasn't too great. Well, my China Ox is taking some damage, and we are chasing after the completely unharmed lady, and we shall see if we indeed can counter this in some way. Alright. Come on, spin around, spin around. Not you. Well, Crazy Steve is spinning around and is lighting up a perfect broadside. And the China Ox is in its 70s. Not looking too good, but we do some respawn fire there. Oh yes. And we're taking some damage. Oh. One of the masters off of the damaged lady. Crazy Steve will be very sad. Unfortunately, the China Ox doesn't line up to battle both of the ladies at the same time. Oh, wow! Yeah, I had an ammo barrel there. Now it's no more. Hope my guns will still fire. I do think I have them at different places, but... Well, well, well. It says still pretty many parts left on my Ox, so it might still turn this around, but it remains to be seen, of course. Come on. Oh, yep, we're broadsiding the damaged one. Doesn't do me very much good because it's not even firing. If this would have been manual control, I would have focused all the firepower on the undamaged one. I'm down into the 60s now. Not looking good. More incoming fire. Yep, they're dealing some good damage. That's for sure. Alright. Let's see. Take a look at the Ox here a little bit. You can see the pavilion, or the ramen stand as Sauerkraut call it, is completely gone. And there I had most of my detection systems. So we're probably a little bit handicapped in terms of accuracy now. That's not too good. We're missing most of the front of it. Come on, lady, spin around. No, not lady. Come on, China Ox, spin around. And the Ox is gone from it, so, you know, the oxen head in the front, so you might forgive me for mixing them up a little bit. Damn! That did a lot of damage! It's completely empty. The pavilion is almost gone. Very sad. Well, well, well. Let's see indeed. Alright. Come on, China Ox. Line up some shots. It doesn't. So, my China Ox seems to be a good bit stupid today. Sadly. Oh, I see primetime broadside. Come on here. Come on here. Oh no. Are all these guns offline? No, they're online. Bam! Oh yes. Take out the sails. Oh yes, now we're speaking. Take out those sails. Come on, China Ox, snipe the AI. Do something. Don't just stand there. Fire! Gurg. Come on. Alright, I'm down into the 50s. This is not looking good. Other 55%, my ship will despawn. No, do not focus on that one. Focus on the dangerous one. Come on. Oh well. Yeah, my ship fights until the last bit. I must congratulate myself for building a sturdy build, but we're 55.1%, which means one shot more onto our China Ox and we shall be gone. We are indeed goners. Crazy Steve, the well-shaven ladies, is the better ship. Sad story, China Ox. You couldn't win this. Couldn't win this. Of course, there is still a very small chance that the China Ox can win this, I believe, because I haven't lost the battle before this one. But it's looking very good for Crazy Steve. Well, Crazy Steve was able to win over my ship, so that's fantastic. One loss for me, and next up we have Snivy Lord versus Game Boy, because Snivy Lord has defeated all of the loser bracket people. And Game Boy has done pretty well indeed. Pretty powerful build. So we shall see if the best of the losers is better than Game Boy's Exodus class. Rainbow is popping up and is firing the first broadside straight into Game Boy Exodus class. I think this will be a quite even battle. Both of these builders are very skillful and have a similar design, even though Rainbow opted for only long-range weapons and, and Game Boy also opted for mostly long-range, but a bit of those revolting blast guns. Oh yeah, Game Boy is lining up for a broadside and is filling the back part of the Snivelord's Rainbow with a lot of cannon shells. Interesting indeed. Both are into the 90s and the Rainbow is spinning around to respond fire, I believe. Well, now it looks like we're starting to have a boat chase. We'll see how this goes. Oh yeah, okay. Game Boy is indeed lining up for a broadside instead. Look here at this angle. He will soon be able to fire his broadside and Snivelord is not responding this one. Oh! Short distance revolving blast guns come on there, and I'm surprised to see that none of the sails were removed. Oh well, should have waited with those for a little closer range, I believe. Alright. Now we have one of these beautiful boat chases again. Scary Exodus class popping up in the horizon, but whoa! Wow! That's one mast off! Snivelord really made a nice broadside response there and took out one of the sails. Interesting. And for some reason, why? Snivelord, you should have continued doing that broadside. You should not have escaped that one. That was a prime opportunity to deal a lot of damage. Well, the Game Boy is popping up straight behind, so Exodus class is closing in on Rainbow, and we shall see when the next opportunity for broadsiding happens. So Game Boy's Exodus class seems to be quite the brave fighter, and Snivelord with his Rainbow tries to keep a little bit of a distance. Can be understandable, because those revolving blast guns are not something you would want to play with. No indeed. You know, you know what happened with I think it was Cortez versus Sauerkraut. That was some real damage, really scary. Oh, Game Boy is lining up, and who will fire the first broadside here is popping up. Rainbow is a little bit slower. Exodus class, I think you will do the first. No, Rainbow. Snivelord is doing the first broadside and is completely tearing up the side of this Game Boy's vessel here. Oh wow! Why, Game Boy, respond fire! Respond fire now, before it's too late. Oh, revolving blast guns, come on, just 2 shots. Oh no, now we have some more. Too much for Snivelord, which is indeed trying to escape, but 3 of the masts are already gone. Game Boy is continuing the normal broadside, and Snivelord is lining up for another response fire. Very powerful one, and you can see that mast on the Game Boy was removed, so we only have 2 tiny bits left. This is an extremely even battle. Snivelord is in the lead in the 80s and Game Boy is in the 70s, but not far behind. But look at those sides, it's completely gone. I do not think that Game Boy will be able to recover from this one. Game Boy, oh, Game Boy responds with some revolving blast guns, and those really took out almost the rest of the sails on the Snivelord's Rainbow. Wow, this is an even battle. Snivelord is still in the 80s, but not anymore, down into the 70s, and Game Boy and Snivelord is now at equal levels, I believe. I still think that Game Boy is a tad bit more damaged, but it seems that Snivelord has some maneuverability and the propulsion problems. We still have a rudder there, so it's good that it can still turn. But we shall indeed see how this one develops, because Snivelord seems to be unable to line up for another broadside. when Game Boy comes here behind. If Game Boy would stay behind Snivelord and just continue broadsiding, that would have been almost a guaranteed win, as long as it can spin around, but that's not how AI works. No, indeed it is not. Oh, Game Boy is lining up for a broadside. And indeed, Game Boy is now in the lead terms of material-wise. That was a lot of blocks from the aft of the ship. And ooh, revolving blast guns are popping in again and removing some more percentage. Oh, and even more. Those are dangerous, but damn, if he got in more close and just fired them at point blank, it would have basically removed the entire ship. I don't know if it's smart programming or oh wow ho ho. Snivelord is really pounding on the side on Game Boy here. It looks like the boat is almost going to be cut in half. We shall indeed see. It's really damaged. Both are into the lower 70s and anything can happen because they're lining up broadsiding each other here. Both very powerful. Yeah, this will be very interesting to see indeed. Rainboat has some problems swinging around and Exodus class is popping up for another broadside. I don't know if this is luck or if it's smart programming, but it seems that the Game Boy has tilted its less damaged side towards Snivelord, which is a very smart opportunity because otherwise most of the guns would have been already removed. Because Snivelord's sniping capabilities is nothing to play with too much. But alas, Game Boy's good side is on to the Snivelord, so we shall see what happens when they pop up into broadside here, because I think it looks like Rainbow's guns are basically all intact, so things can flip over very quickly. Well, that's bad aim. But one of the masts are off and oh, Rainbow is pounding onto Game Boy. They are both down into the 60s. Amazing. Well, this is some beautiful broadside battle we came here to see. Holy moly, let's see what happens here. Snivelord, you need to turn. Turn now. Wow. Game Boy is still at an extreme speed. I don't know how he achieves this speed, probably luck with the wind. Or lower payload because of all the damaged blocks. Revolving blast guns are popping up again, both are down into the 60s as before, but we shall see what happens, because I think that Game Boy will line up with Snivelord's broadside again, and that might indeed be his demise, because Snivelord's side is full of loaded cannons and Game Boy's ship is almost a wreck. Basically a wreck. Look at this, guns are ready, but the rudder is now completely gone. That explains why it won't spin around. Alright, we have some slow maneuverability here, and both ships are not very quick. So let's see here when they pop into broadside mood once again. So what already been? Oh, 9 minutes. Oh wow. Oh, Snivelord is taking damage but responding. This is what I thought would happen. This is very interesting. Snivelord has the upper hand in terms of firepower. Oh yes, it's just pounding on. Game Boy is being pushed down. Snivelord is now in the lead, and yep, Snivelord is in the lead and is just continuing to pull artillery onto Game Boy's ship. Very dangerous. Oh yeah, Game Boy is pushed down into the 50s. Under 55, Game Boy will despawn. It looks like Snivelord is going to win this. 57%. Oh, 50. Oh, no, 50. Whatever. It's lower in the 50s. It's almost about to despawn. Snivelord is still alive, but it's not much left until he was also on the brink of despawning. The one that fires the next volley might indeed actually win. Maybe Snivelord will not win this. Maybe Game Boy does. But if Snivelord lines up for another shot, Game Boy is gone. It looks like he's maybe out of bearing. He is out of bearing and Game Boy is indeed responding. Responding fire with a few guns he has left. Alright. What will happen now? Oh, Snivelord can't line up those shots. Oh! And there we go, releasing those revolting blast guns. The last mast is out, and Snivelord can't even move an inch. They're both now down into the 50s, and we had to wait a little bit there for the next broadside opportunity, because this one takes a little bit of time when both of the ships are so damaged. Alright, nothing is decided yet, and it all depends on which will line up in the right direction and have the right opportunity first. This battle is extremely even. It's not looking too good for the Rainboat, because he can't turn, the guns are ready and loaded, but not into bearing for a while. So if Game Boy can take him out before he gets into broadside, Game Boy will probably win this one, but Game Boy has so few guns left, this is not a guarantee. Alright. One shot. More shots. Let's see here. Oh, Game Boy is soon popping into the bearing of the Rainboat's broadside, and when, if he does... Oh, look! The revolving blast guns came into exactly the right moment. Game Boy, that was very lucky and very well made design. Snivelord's Rainboat is down under 55% and does indeed despawn. This means that it's a complete victory for Game Boy Exodus class, who is also just a few small tiny percentages away from being despawned, and has been that for a good while. This is the most even match we have had so far. Very well fought, and congratulations Game Boy. This means that Snivelord is out, and it's time for Crazy Steve to face Game Boy, since both of these guys have won every single battle so far. Alright. Game Boy is lining up. And no, it looks like Crazy Steve is firing the first broadside and rolls some of the first blood from Game Boy's Extras class. But the response fire is quick and sturdy. Oh, and he sprays him. He sprays one of the ladies with those dangerous revolting blast guns. And now I don't even know when I say revolting or revolving blast guns. They're a bit of both. Alright, Crazy Steve is team working his way here. And he's lining up, and Game Boy comes real close to one of the ladies. Very close indeed. He is lining up a prime broadside. Oh yes, revolving blast guns, but why did not the other guns fire? Come on now, line up and fire. Oh, there we go. It's just a few shots. I don't know what happened with the rest of the guns, but it did do some good damage, of course. Crazy Steve's well-shaven ladies are much easier to take out when they are damaged in movability, because they're bopping and jumping around a lot. Oh wow. Well, there we have some nice broadsiding. Oh, the main sailing mast is shot off. Well, good job Game Boy. Exodus class sniped that one. Response fire from Crazy Ladies. We had to jump a little bit because some parts of this battle is slow. Having one of those smaller, longer range vessels can draw out the time of the combat quite some time. Well, we're doing nice broadsiding back and forth, and I would not want to be Crazy Steve in this particular moment, because broadsiding with the Game Boy Exodus class is not a fun experience, as Snivelord can testify to. Looks like Game Boy is able to battle both of them at the same time, but Game Boy has still taken some good damage. The well-shaven ladies look friendly and fast, but they are not friendly at all. They pack some good punch indeed. There we had some explosion. Wow! Game Boy is down into the 70s. What a twist. I think that Crazy Steve must have blown up one of his ammo crates. But Game Boy is still able to broadside quite some bit, and it's still looking like not a very fun place to be at the broadside bearing of the Exodus class. And Crazy Steve is standing there, and if he can't get out of there, I think that ship will be a goner. Oh no! Oh lord! Look at that! Look at that! I thought it was a little bit silent and dead. Looks like Crazy Steve was able to AI kill Game Boy's Exodus class. Very good job, very good sniping. Congratulations, Crazy Steve, that is quite amazing. But now, me and Game Boy will meet for a little battle to see which of us, which of the winners of the winners of the losers of the winners, will be able to face Crazy Steve again to see if we can decide a final winner. Because the China Ox, my ship here, Gmodism, and Game Boy's Exodus class, we have both won all battles except one. And this battle will be deciding to see who can fight for the first or third place of the tournament. Probably. Alright there. Looks like, oh yes, China Ox is lining up for a prime broadside. Very well done. We shot off one of the masts, but I would have liked to see some more damage out of that. Come on, China Ox, do some more damage now. Come on, oh yes, more broadsiding. It's looking good for the China Ox. Amazing maneuverability, nice firepower, but we need to be watchful so that we do not get hit by these revolving blast guns. There they come, the revolving blast guns are live at close distant range. It's not looking as good for the China Ox anymore. Look at that hole in the hull. Absolutely dangerous, but we are not damaged that much yet, so we are still responding fire. And our sniping capabilities with the China Ox are quite decent indeed. Well, this is certainly a very interesting battle. Game Boy doesn't have too many percentages intact either. Both of our ship is somewhat equally damaged. Oh, more revolving blast guns. These things are dangerous. Alright, let's see what Game Boy comes up with here. He has the nice bearing, but the China Ox is spinning around. And oh yeah, incoming volley there. Game Boy in its 80s. China Ox 2. Wow, that's some good damage to the sails. China Ox has done something really smart. We have pointed the undamaged side towards the enemy. It's completely unintentional, but it's luck. Alright, come on, pop up here. I'm waiting for my China Ox to get into broadside combat while we have a nice opportunity. China Ox is in the lead because Game Boy has more percentages damaged. My mainsail is looking a little bit funny. Huh. Alright. Oh no! Game Boy lined up for a perfect broadside there. Not good for me. Come on, China Ox, respond fire or perish. What will it do? Alright, we are popping in to having a boat chase, it seems. China Ox is trying to get hold of Exodus class, but Exodus class is, oh wow, broadsiding us completely. Those revolving blast guns are real dangerous even at this distance, and Game Boy is now in the lead. Oh well. Come on, China Ox, line up for a broadside. If you don't, it's not looking too good. Of course, our percentages are quite equal indeed. Damn, that's some good damage. Shinox is down into the 70s. Come on. Oh yes, we're lining up for broadsiding. There we go, beautiful broadsiding. Come on Shinox, continue doing that. No, no, what are you doing? Don't exit broadside, get into broadside again. Well, that's very nice for the Game Boy's Exodus class, because he can just pop in here and do his own broadside. And he's saying, bye bye Shinox, I'm too fast for you. And that's because my main sail is very damaged. Now in retrospect, I think I should have mounted some of those revolving blast guns on my ship as well. But I didn't, and it might be a winning trick for Game Boy. We shall see. Alright, Shinox is coming into broadside range, but oh no! Oh, Game Boy is broadsiding first, and the revolving blast gun tears a big hole into our side there. Not very nice. Are any of my guns still active? I do not know, but I do know that many of my sails seem to be quite sad indeed. Yeah, that's a hole. That's a big hole. At least the pavilion, or the ramen stand, as Xaver calls it, is intact. Oh yeah, wow, wow. Okay, Shinox is down into the 60s and has been unsuccessful at lining up a decent broadside against the Game Boy's Exodus class in a good while. So we shall see if there is a small chance we can turn this around. Come on Shinox, broadside it out. Thank you. Do some damage, fire more. Well, we're eating away at the Game Boy, but I think his revolving blast guns, or revolting blast guns I mean, might come into or have reloaded pretty soon, and that would not be fun. Game Boy is in the higher 70s and I'm into the higher 60s, so oh no. Look at that. Now the revolving blast guns are in and we are in the lower 60s. Damn it, we're very close to despawning. Looks like Game Boy's Exodus class will indeed win this battle. Yeah, it's continuing broadsiding. I think we may lack rudders now. Or it's just because we have too little sails. Oh no, we are still turning. Might just be the AI that's not very smart. Ooh, we need an extreme amount of luck to turn this around. We're down into the 50s. Shinox, do what you have to. Oh yes, more broadside. Why did I miss that one? Yeah, oh well. My Shinox is just a few percentage of being despawned. I think indeed that Game Boy's Exodus class is the more valiant fighter. And another broadside. Oh wow, there they go off. The revolving blast guns are live and has pushed down the Shinox down into the lower 50s. Which means it will despawn, and this is a complete victory for Game Boy's Exodus class. Bye bye Shinox, you're out. You will not be able to win this one. This means that Game Boy's beautiful build, a lot of holes in it, but damn, it's still active and fighting 70s. Yep, it's good. It's really good, and it will fight Crazy Steve again to see if it can defeat it, because this means that Game Boy will face Crazy Steve again. Crazy Steve haven't lost, but Game Boy can win still. But if he loses this match, Game Boy will indeed be very sad. So it will be very interesting to see what happens now. This very battle will decide who is the best fighter on this tournament. Game Boy is spraying one of the Crazy Steve's well-shaven ladies with a lot of blast guns, and the sail is almost devastated. But the guns are still active, and we shall see indeed what will do the most damage. The revolving blast guns are of course better at closer ranges, but now we seem to have a little bit of long range combat. The Game Boy's Exodus class is super quick, but I can see that it indeed lost one of the masts, which of course will make it a little bit slower. Crazy Steve is cooperating quite well with his two ladies, and they're ganging up very well on Game Boy, as before. But if Game Boy just can get a little bit close, I think that the ladies will be very sad. The Exodus class is not something you wanna play with close range broadside, as I can testify to extremely well. Alright, here we come up. No, come on Game Boy. Oh yeah, there we go. No. Why? Game Boy, come on, that was prime time. You lost 2 sails. Game Boy has no maneuverability left basically. Very sad. But that is the broadside I'm speaking about if it just would have lasted a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go indeed. Well, that's a very sad Crazy Steve well-shaven lady right there. I don't know if its guns are still active. It is. Right, Game Boy is into the 80s, but one of the Crazy Steve's well-shaven ladies are very sad. The other one is at 100%, so we'll see how this one goes. Oh, wow! Good sniping, Crazy Steve. Amazing sniping. Now Game Boy has no more masts left. This will of course be not very good for his maneuverability capabilities. I think that the bearing will more depend on where we will point. And it seems that the rudders are quite intact on the Game Boy's Exodus class, so let's see what it does. If it just points broadside and fires at the enemy, I think Game Boy might indeed win this one anyways. Seems that Game Boy is deciding to always point towards the enemy, and this is a dire mistake. Because if he does, his guns will never be able to broadside. Oh! They had thought... No. No. Okay. They had a it had a smart thought and regretted it. But we are broadsiding the damaged one, and the revolving blast guns are on. Damn! That's some damage! That's some damage! Game Boy basically executed one of Crazy Steve's ship just straight off their close combat with revolving blast guns. Bam! That's completely despawned, and suddenly Game Boy is technically in the lead. With a good marginal. Very interesting. Okay, Game Boy, just line up that broadside to the other lady and you might indeed win this still. Except it looks like you're backing away and are facing the enemy. This is not very smart. Well, Crazy Steve's well-shaven lady seemed to have a good time. It's still at 100% and is just sniping off there. We do know that the Game Boy's Exodus class can be AI killed if we just hit the right spot. And we needed to skip a little bit there because it took some good time for us to spin around. And now the Crazy Steve's lady is coming in to more broadside the Game Boy's Exodus class, which is still turning and pointing towards the enemy. And that's very lucky for the ladies, or one of the ladies, because one of the ladies is already dead. It's just pumping up and down like that. I love how the Crazy Steve has made his ship move. It's really cool. Oh well, Crazy Steve's well-shaven lady is sure a very valiant battlecraft, and it's lining up and firing more broadsides, and Game Boy's Exodus class is continuously pointing towards Crazy Steve. This time it would have been smart to not have any rudders to spin around with, because damn, Game Boy's Extras class is down into the 50s, and it really looks like Crazy Steve is indeed going to win this one. Crazy Steve, if you win this battle, you are the winner of this tournament. And it looks like Game Boy is helping with that, because Exodus class is deciding to point towards the lady all the time, and does not seem to do anything smarter than that. And that, my ladies and gentlemen, looks like it's going to be Game Boy's demise. Game Boy is down into the 57, and Crazy Steve is not way near Game Boy's broadside, which is still dangerous, by the way. So, just a few more broadsides, and we shall see. If not, it gets too close, then Game Boy might decide to get into broadside range and fire back, but it looks like the well-shaven lady keeps its distance. Very smart. Oh, lining up for more broadside, and 54%. We're down under 55%. This means that it is a confirmed victory for Crazy Steve with his well-shaven ladies. Congratulations, Game Boy's Extras class is devastated, destroyed, perforated and defeated. This means that Crazy Steve is the winner of this tournament, and Game Boy will be at least third place. So the last battle is the second place and will be decided by Battle Royale, as we always want to do it on this channel. Congratulations, Crazy Steve, you are the winner of this tournament, but right now we will decide the second place one. And of course Game Boy can be second place if he wins the Battle Royale, but he will at least be third place. That is in any case decided. So let's jump into the Battle Royale, and we have all the contestants right here. And we have a smaller issue with the frames per second, because I'm recording this on my laptop from 2017. So that is as it is, but I do believe that we'll still be able to perform this battle quite well. And we can see that the Seamew has released some of its revolving blast guns and dealt a lot of damage already. And of course it's hard to follow where everyone are and where they are. As you probably have noticed, Adnecres and Crazy Steve only got one ship each. They didn't I didn't let them spawn with both of the ships in this type of submission. And you may think it is unfair, but I thought it was more fair. Because most of the AIs in this tournament are set up to prioritize larger targets, because they usually do that, which means that Crazy Steve and Adnecres has an advantage being smaller, that less ships will target them. So that's why I only spawn one of them each, and you might think it's unfair, but then you may think so. Because I think it's more fair. You know, Fiddler won the second place on the ground tournament, even though he was quite defeated during the regular battle. So, of course, this Battle Royale only decides the second place. I think it's a little funny thing we have there. Looks like the Trident has lost its main mast and is having a little fight here with the Game Boy's Exodus class. Quite interesting. And as you probably notice, the speed is a little bit slowed down so that the processor is able to calculate everything that's happening all at once. Oh lord. Sauerkraut's Derpy the Sea Mule is popping in here, and this thing is dangerous when it releases its stuff. Oh, there we have Jono 1928 Felix Rex tiny ship, and since Jono also has the small ship, I only let him have one of them, and it's now dead. It's the first one to die. Sad story. Ooh, Xaberkrau and Gmodism, we are fighting a little broadside battle here. I hope that I will not get hit by those revolving blast guns indeed. No. Oh, there it goes. Dangerous. My entire side is fried. Poor me. That's not very fun. Xaberkrau just destroyed my entire side. Look at my poor ship. The China Ox is down into its 70s. Xaber, how can you do this to me? And it's spreading its shells all over the place, and oh, there we go. Poor thing. Favfol's galley didn't like that too much. Adnecrias is cowardly keeping his distance. I must say I am not surprised. Here is the battle and Adnecrias is sniping from far away. Taking it safe. Anyways. Xaberkrau is fighting strong. I think he might indeed win this one. Favfol's Throvian galley, storm galley. The storm galley isn't looking too happy. It can still turn and fire, but its mast is gone indeed. Alright, how is the Rainboat doing? We know this is a very strong combatant and should indeed fight well, but it already has lost a lot of its masts here. It's only one left, so it's not going as fast as it should. But at least it's looking more happy than the Red Trident, that's for sure. Oh, and the Game Boy also has no mast. Poor thing. It's just sitting there. It has a mast, but no sails on it. Well, it's exchanging some shots with Alekihakios HMS Trieste. So, what's happening here? Oh, yeah. Cortez isn't looking too happy. No. Only one mast left, but it's completely broadsiding Crazy Steve there. It looks like it's not going too well for Crazy Steve this time. Oh! I missed that one. Xaberkrau Derpy the Sea Mule is KIA. Killed in action. Very sad. Well, I thought it might would have won, but it seems that one of the long distance boys took it out completely. Maybe you saw what happened. It's hard to look at all of the ships at once. Oh well. This beautiful ship, Cortez Havoc, is below 55%, which means it is despawning. Poof, it will say in just a few seconds, and it is out. Fired a last volley of revengeful shots at me. How dare it? Anyways, I'm standing here with the storm galley and having fun, it seems. Not that I need more blast guns to my side, because it's completely missing after Xaberkrau's evil attack. Game Boy is still fighting strong. Maybe he will indeed secure a second place. We shall see, but the turning and speed doesn't look too well right now. And Alex's ship is still fighting strong, but Game Boy's Exodus class is very dangerously close to despawning, I can see right now. Scary indeed. There it goes. And the assumption that it would win, how wrong could I be? It's completely dead. The Red Trident doesn't look too happy as well, but my China Ox is fighting on still, even though we only have one tiny mast that's kind of hanging on one pole, and poor thing. Our entire side is like missing after Xaber's attack. Well, indeed. I'm broadsiding something else, and the storm galley from Favfol is broadsiding me. How unfair! I'm very happy just it turned away from me now, so it doesn't bother me Oh, no. My mast is like always dangerously close of getting killed. It's just hanging on one tiny block. And as you probably know by now, repair bots are not allowed during this tournament. Crazy Steve is still alive, but, well, Alec too, but in the same condition of not doing anything, just standing there. So we have a lot of like boats just sitting around there and thinking about something else, it seems. Yeah, like everyone lost their masts. Adnecrias is even damaged, but is the one that has the highest health, that is for sure. Well, indeed, I wonder how this will develop, because the ships are quite far away from each other and not too much is indeed happening when it can't move. That's very sad. One that can move though is of course Adnecrias, who has been staying far away from almost all of the battle and has almost all the health left. So Adnecrias can pop in here and snipe some targets. I think that Adnecrias may indeed get the highest kill count per vessel here. We shall see indeed. Oh wow. Well, looks like the China Ox is indeed fighting Adnecrias, even though Adnecrias do fight some other vessels. Very interesting. Oh, what are we doing? China Ox is down to 72%. It's been staying in the 70s for a long time, I must say. Somehow. And it's broadsiding left and right. At least we can use both of the sides of the ship right now for battle, which is quite nice. Adnecrias is keeping his distance, and well, we shall see how China Ox is doing here. We're facing Crazy Steve, but I must say that Crazy Steve, Shaven Lady, well, Shaven Lady doesn't feel as dangerous now with no masts, just sitting there. I'm feeling I have the advantage in this particular case, and well, it doesn't really matter because Crazy Steve is the winner of this tournament, whatever happens this battle. Never have one person won the tournament and also won the Battle Royale, but if it would happen, I think we would call it some type of special celebratory win. Oh, there it goes. Crazy Steve will not win this one, that's for sure, because it is indeed despawning below 55%. There it goes. Alright, one more down. Adnecrias, the Red Trident, and Snivelord's Rainboat. Oh yes. Alec and Gmodism, me, is still left. So will be interesting to see how the ships will even approach each other, because I mean, no one is turning very well right now. It seems that my ship is the only one that's still like functioning and can like move around. Quite interesting. So Alec is down into the 60s, but we're popping in here and we can see that the panicking guy has already left the building in the control room here. I would understand him. This one is just pointing at all the enemies. Dangerous. Alright, China Ox is popping in here. And somehow my mast hasn't gotten shot off yet. This is just extremely lucky. It's resting on one tiny pillar. And if it gets shot off, then I'll be like the rest of the boats, just sitting there and doing nothing. Let us hope that this does not happen. And indeed, we are continuously bombarding Alec. And wow, we took it down into the 50s. It looks like Alec will be destroyed. But before that, it looks like Elzus, the Red Trident, isn't doing very well. It's indeed trying to turn towards us, but the China Ox is continuously bombarding it. And it is indeed not having too many percentages left indeed, no. It looks like the China Ox targeting is not as well as it once was. It has to be damaged somehow, because we're missing a lot of shots there. Can't decide on what target to choose. And if the China Ox comes into broadside contact with any of these vessels, it might be the end of it, because this mast does contain a few percentages because it's big, and it's also just resting on one block, and if it does, we'll be sitting there, and this battle will probably take more than half an hour to complete. And I'd rather play out the entire Battle Royale battle instead of just deciding it by percentage after 10 minutes, because this is a special battle that takes a lot of time and we might need to accept that it's a little bit slow to decide. Oh, what is happening there? Alec is below 55%. Good job, China Ox. Very well. You successfully stayed out of its ranged. And there it goes. Alex HMS Trieste is down. Down, down, down. Now we are creating a cute little Bermuda Triangle with the Red Trident, the China Ox and the Rainboat. But the Elzu's Red Trident isn't looking very happy as well. Indeed no. Its ammo is going, it is despawning, and it is out of the tournament. Now, for some reason, the Rainboat has decided to target Adnecreas. Thank you very much. I'm very happy that Snivelord has decided to target him instead, because I would be completely... oh no, it's coming. Oh no, it's lining up. Bad news. Well, it will be interesting to see how this battle develops. Adnecreas is... oh, down at 70%. Good job, everyone. Adnecreas has not been a complete coward this match. He stays on his distance and is sniping us out, but isn't leaving the battlefield. Please, Snivelord, continue to target Adnecreas so I can sneakily destroy you from behind. I like this deal. I'm thinking that Snivelord has second thoughts and is trying to line up against me. But, wow, do you see the percentage of Snivelord? The China Ox has some pretty good chances. I think it will be the China Ox or Adnecreas ship that will indeed win. And no, I will not try to pronounce it because I barely can read I said I wouldn't. Adnecreas ship. Gmodism's ship. I must say that the distance between Adnecreas ship and mine is very huge, and for some stupid reason I decide to target it instead of Snivelord. Might as well do that when I can use Snivy as some type of, I don't know, defensive wall. Snivelord's Rainbow is below 55% and is despawning as we speak. There it goes. Snivelord is out of the tournament and it's only Adnecreas and me left. Unfortunately, the distance is huge and our ships are very slow. So we are fast forwarding a little bit here because this takes ages. You can see the clock up there. We're up in 17 minutes and I'm slowly closing in on Adnecreas. That's why I do not want to break off this and just decide a winner, because I can see stuff is happening. If Adnecreas would have escaped by running away, well, you can see how slow it is. Then we could have said he's escaping the battlefield, but I'm actually closing in, so we have to wait this one in. And we're in by 21 minutes, 22 minutes, we are closing in. The China Ox's oxen head is somehow still there. Beautiful. So let's see here if we can get close enough to make a broadside. As you can see, my sail isn't exactly functioning, but luckily for me, Adnecria's sail isn't functioning either. 24 minutes. 24 minutes and we're finally lining up for a broadside. How will this end? Will Adnecrias engage in combat or escape combat? Can he get behind us or somehow trick us into not fire? Shinox is lining up a broadside on Adnecrias from behind. It is looking good. Oh man, will it respond fire or will it not? Shinox is down into the 60s, high 60s, but nevertheless. This is intense and slow and intense at the same time. Come on, Shinox, broadside it. Broadside the coward out of this tournament. Don't lose. Adnecrias, your ship is fantastically accurate and it works, but it's still a coward sometimes. Just so you know. And there it goes. We are soon closing in on another broadside, I believe. Come on there. It looks pretty sad. It looks pretty sad indeed. But so does the China Ox. Come on now. Broadside. Broadside it. Turn. Just a few degrees. You can do it. China Ox, I'm believing in you. First shot fired, and here comes the volley. Ah. Oh yes, the damage is quite extreme. Going in for a second volley to push it down below 55%. There it goes. Fantastic. Not every time I get a high placement in my own tournaments, but this time Gmodism's China Ox somehow secured a second place by Battle Royale. I never won the Battle Royale once before, and I'm quite happy. Amazing, fantastic, cool. I'm very impressed with the China Ox, it's quite big. I didn't think it would survive this long. I thought one of the smaller boats would win this Battle Royale. But anyways, there we have it. China Ox is almost dead, but it did win. Which means that Crazy Steve is the winner of this tournament. Second place goes to Gmodism, myself, by Battle Royale. And third place is Game Boy. And I do hope you have enjoyed this tournament, and if you did, please stay tuned for future tournaments. This has been your host, Gmodism Total Nerdery Channel, and we are signing out.